there's an amazing bit of maths about this. If you want to, so a colleague of mine at the FT once did this calculation. He said, imagine Warren Buffett. So, okay, he's the greatest investor in history. He's got 50 years worth of, or whatever, of investment performance. Imagine Warren Buffett was split into two. So you had Warren Buffett, the hedge fund, and Warren Buffett, the investor who is trusting the hedge fund with his money. And Warren Buffett, the hedge fund, charges what hedge funds usually charge, which is 2 and 20. So just, you can hit the red button if you like.
I was about to, but I was like, you're probably going to explain what 2 and 20 is.
So 2 and 20, go for it.
You love it. You can hit it as well.
So 2 is 2% a year, and 20 is 20% of any of your gains. So if your investment goes up 20%, you get 20% of that 20%, which is 4%. So you're paying the 4% plus you're getting the 2%. But you don't mind that because you got 20%. That's a pretty good return. You don't mind paying those fees. So total fees of 6% that would be, but you're still getting 14%, which is a fantastic gain. So the idea is, well, imagine if you had Warren Buffett and he's charging hedge fund fees. And so you've got these two Warren Buffetts, and one of them is making Warren Buffett returns, but paying hedge fund fees, and the other is just gradually collecting in the hedge fund fees. And the question is, where is the money at the end of the 50 years? And the answer is, almost all of it is with hedge fund Buffett, because hedge fund Buffett is basically just slowly accumulating the money from charging, and then he's investing his own money, and he's not having to pay the fees on it. Whereas the retail investor who's getting a fantastic Warren Buffett style performance but paying the 2 and 20 fees, I mean, they're doing fine, but it's the hedge fund manager who's making all the money is the point of that. Like, even if your hedge fund manager is Warren Buffett, he's going to end up with all the money, not you. And I think that's the importance of that piece of maths.
Yeah, like a 1% fee with an average return over an investing timeline will take a quarter of your pot, just 1%. So when you get to 2%, they're taking majority, in fees.
Yeah, and by the way, I think this is true, if the fund falls one year, they don't give you 20%, they don't give you a discount, they don't give you the money back.
No, and they're still taking that 2%.
Yeah.
That 2% is the crippler, right? Because it's rain or shine, and it does rain, and they're still creaming off the top. They're kicking you while they're going down, basically.
And people think it's worth exploring. You said even 1%, it'll eat up a quarter of your portfolio over the course of your investment career. And I think people don't often follow the arithmetic of that. And I was just thinking about that as I was coming here. I was thinking about that point. It makes such a difference because if you imagine, you got some money, you put some money in a fund, and you're 25. So you put some money in a fund, you take 1%. Okay, then you're 26. Maybe put a bit more money in the fund. 1% comes off that, but another 1% comes off the first bit of cash, the cash you invested when you were 25. Now, when you're 27, you put some more money in. You pay 1% on that, but you also pay 1% on the stuff you invested when you were 26, and you pay 1% on the stuff you invested when you were 25. And by the time you're an old man like me, you've been paying the 1% on that first bit for 26, 27 years, and I'm not retired yet. So you're paying it over and over again. And sure, the stuff right at the end, you only pay the 1% once, but some of that stuff you pay 1% again and again and again and again and again, and it can really, really add up. Huge amount.
That was a clip from our full-length conversation with economist Tim Harford. If you want to check out the full thing, you can watch it right here.